Welcome to Beyond 3:33 a.m. This is your host, Joe Hergert, otherwise known as Galactic Gargle Blast, and today we are joined with Vic Eden from Corvallis, Oregon.
It's three fish spraying, needle spinning, spirit box, he's standing with them.
Have you had any experiences with angels?
Actually, I'm going to say yes because, what I believe is have an open mind.
Right.
They say God, I do believe in God. I believe that there's a creator, but I do think that you need to have an open mind because whatever that creator may be might surprise you.
Well, as human beings, we anthropomorphize everything, and we like to put it into a category that we can understand. And we're all different. Every human being has a totally different experience on this world. And we have human beings that we're used to everybody here in the United States that has one thought. And then if you go to a different country, they've got another thought, so they experience things different. But you're right. This life would not feel like this. There's meaning to this. And so there's an intelligence behind this. So I'm with you on that. And so as what we kind of think of, a lot of people think of put like God as a man, in the sky. But if you leave it as an open mind, there's probably not a gender there.
Well, I just think that look at it from a universe, and then you're 100 million light years away looking down at a universe. It's not about a man.
Right.
I actually go to the ultra small, like atoms themselves, because to make you, there's a blueprint of life. And that blueprint is only visible when you go really, really tiny. Because a sperm and an egg are about the size of what? You can't even see it, right? So the blueprint needs to be 10 times smaller than that, to look at how are we going to make this ingredient, So the bottom line is
so it starts off small, like a seed.
I think it's more of like a wave form that travels out through everything. And the design is very small to make things grow and get very big, because everything that trees start out as seeds. Everything starts out small,
and you have like the entire oak tree or a Douglas fir or a sequoia. Sequoia is like
or an elephant. All starts out as something
something
so
tiny.
small you can't even see.
The entire sequoia is in this tiny little seed.
So the blueprints
it really brings
of
back
everything is made so small that you can't even imagine it. So what designed the blueprints to make this all come out right? It's not big. It's something that's like something we can't see. So light. So our eyes, for instance. So here is like the spectrum of light from here to here.
Oh yeah.
And so the spectrum starts at 200 and goes to 1200, whatever. The bottom line is we only have like one section of light that we can see, which means everything else to us is completely invisible.
So if it's above ultraviolet or below infrared, and that's just like a scale. Just because it's above or below, doesn't mean it's but it's just like it's out of our range.
Well, they call it dark matter in some cases because we can't see it, or they call it another realm. We just can't see it. We can't hear it. Your hearing and your vision, everything is off of radiation. So wavelengths, you only get 1% of this wavelength, but there's 1,000% of wavelengths you can be in.
When I was talking to the lady at the Bigfoot Museum, she talked about how some people who hunt Bigfoot speculate that he is a dark matter monster. That he is, or they, or whatever, because not all Bigfoots are going to be like male, because obviously, but anyways, Bigfoot is a dark matter monster that they operate on the edge of where we can't see, But when the frequency, if we're tuned into the right frequency, then we can catch just a glimpse of it. I thought that was pretty interesting. It was just like, it was a new way of looking at Bigfoot.
Yeah. To me, a new way to look at Bigfoot would be, is there like a Bigfoot that's hot? Like,
Is she
like,
hot?
like a female Bigfoot that, you would want to mate with,
The original Bigfoot from like the Patterson Gimlin files, like the one that was running across that, like that one had boobs. And they often think that she was a female Bigfoot because
It could have been.
that's why they call her Patty. And all of those footprints are from their Patty, but
That's funny. The bottom line is we saw some things that, hey, UFOs, absolutely they're real, because our lasers locked on to things and they locked on to us.
So we got the UFOs, but we also saw ghosts. We saw orbs and shadows or imprints in the wall at Wolf Creek Inn.
And in the window.
Yeah.
By accident, in a future, podcast, we're going to show you guys this.
Okay, now we're going to show you something interesting. Some orbs we got here at Wolf Creek Inn. These strange blue floating lights. Check it out.
Jackpot and orbs.
So,
You
okay,
should
so
try
now
and see if you can get them on your camera.
back here they come down. They're going back up there. Gate's gone. And if we start from over here, down on the floor, so they come up, oop, one away. Now it's on Victor. It's totally right there on Victor. Now it's on Lance. Okay, here, look, right there it is. Look, it's the biggest day right there.
Yeah.
And like you move forward, and there it goes over here. Get it on the skeleton.
So weird. Can't see if you can try your camera.
Is right there. It's kind of an outline of a woman. It's even better. If you can see that, I think we have something on camera there. Looks pretty interesting.
The bottom line is he's right. We took pictures of things that you won't believe. Joe and I have done so many things that are amazing. And that's why we're doing this, because there's something out there that we just don't understand. We can't see it. We can't hear it because there's only so much range.
Yeah, we're operating in basically the 7 colors of the rainbow is what we can see. And we can't really see beyond that with our eyes. And maybe you can hear, we can't even hear that much. I mean, little dogs right here, they can hear more than we can. Maybe they can see other things that we can't. I mean, you watch your cats stare at something in your house, and you look over there and there's nothing there, but your cat is staring at them like there's something there.
Well, and there is something there because, they just came out yesterday with there's 27 million different species of bugs on our planet, which they didn't know before, which means just go to the ants for a second. So these ants have a queen and all these workers, and they can lift 15,000 times, the weight of their body, whatever it is. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, all of the things that...
But do they even know that we're really here and what we're about?
It's
I think not.
Yeah, you can't imagine what an ant or a bee thinks of us.
No. But I think the trees on our planet are the same. I look at a big sequoia or a big tree in the park and go, God, what a beautiful thing. And I'm not a tree hugger, but I'm just saying, I look at that and go, what do they think?
But there is studies that show that trees talk to each other. They communicate through the wood wide web, through the network of
underground, maybe.
Yeah, underground. They send chemicals to, like, if one tree is, like, if a forest fire is coming and one tree is about to be burned up in the forest fire.
That's crazy.
That tree will actually send out nutrients to the other trees. And then there's actual evidence of the trees knowing who their children are and that they'll send more nutrients to their children and stuff like that. These are things you can look up on.
Did you hear that? That was amazing.
And in Oregon, there is like the biggest living organism is like this network of mushrooms in Oregon. And it's like they're all connected together. I wish I could remember the name of this, but if the giant fungus or something like that, you can look it up on the line also. The giant
I saw
fungus,
this, yeah.
So it's pretty phenomenal. You know, it's like that movie Avatar.
It's literally like 70 miles of underground connection
Yeah.
of roots, you know, that this organism owns, you know. Sure.
And that's kind of an interesting thing why you think about like psychedelics, because when you partake of psychedelics, which I still have not had the opportunity to do, but you know, you hear people talk about how they're suddenly opened up, like the psychedelics are communicating with us, just like the trees communicate with each other through these chemicals. You know, and they open up your mind and you experience different things.
Laugh somewhere beyond the rusting cars. The hat man fills the doorway. The woman in bite won't blink. Black-eyed children ask politely, may we come inside? You think